Hello and welcome. If you think Thailand's countryside is all about smiling farmers and golden sunsets, think again. Behind those picture-perfect rice paddies lies a ticking time bomb, and it's not the buffalo. Everyone romanticizes rural Thailand until the water dries up, the debt piles high, and the kids vanish to Bangkok. The land of smiles, they call it. However, out here in the sticks, the smiles are looking a bit worn out. If paradise had a dark side, you would find it somewhere between the sugar cane fields and the nearest 7-Eleven. Now, do not get me wrong. I love rural Thailand. It is calm, it is beautiful, and people still wave at you, even if they have no clue who you are. However, beneath the easy smiles and the endless green, there is trouble brewing, quiet, slow, and stubborn as an old water buffalo. Let me start with the land itself, the heart and soul of the countryside. Once, these were lush rice paddies stretching to the horizon, shimmering like mirrors in the morning light. Now, well, too many of those fields have been turned into chemical-soaked monoculture, rows upon rows of sugarcane or cassava. Sure, it looks neat enough, but it is like trading a home-cooked meal for a microwave dinner. Convenient, quick, and utterly soulless. Farmers used to grow a bit of everything: rice, vegetables, fruit trees, a kind of natural balance. Now, thanks to industrial agriculture and corporate influence, many have become contract farmers. They borrow to buy fertilizers, pesticides, and seeds from the same companies that buy their crops, usually at whatever price suits them. It is like playing poker with a marked deck. The house always wins. On top of that, when the rains do not come, or come all at once and wash half the topsoil into the Mekong, who do you think takes the hit? Not the big companies, I would tell you that. It is the smallholders, the families, who have worked the same patch of earth for generations. I have met old couples who have had to sell their buffalo just to pay for fertilizer. I have seen kids leave their villages because the farm does not feed them anymore. Some end up working in Bangkok hotels, others in factories, some just vanish into the urban sprawl, sending home a few baht every month, if they can. And if that was not enough, what is left behind? Empty houses, and elderly parents still tolling the fields. You walk through some Isaan villages these days, and it is like a ghost town at lunchtime. Just dogs, old folks, and the sound of the TV. Now, let us talk about the uninvited guest at every Thai kitchen table: debt. Forget your friendly neighbourhood bank. Out here, most people borrow from informal lenders. Moreover, by informal, I mean blokes with motorbikes, bad tempers, and interest rates that would make a London loan shark blush. I once asked the farmer how much he was paying. He laughed, said it did not matter, because if he did not borrow, he could not plant next season. This is not finance, as that is survival. Debt has become a way of life. Weddings, funerals, new tractors, and school fees, all running on borrowed money for many. It is as if the whole countryside is living on tick and waiting for the next harvest that never quite delivers. Then there is the weather. Do you remember when the seasons used to make sense? Now it has all gone mad. One year the drought is so bad you can walk across the riverbed. Next year the same river floods the fields. Climate change is not just a headline here, it is the daily reality. Crops yields are down, water is sometimes unpredictable. On top of that, when you have had a bad harvest in an already fragile system, it is like pulling the bottom card from a house of debt. Farmers cannot pay their loans, cannot send their kids to school, and cannot even keep the lights on. So what happens next? The young ones pack up and go, Off to Bangkok, Pattaya and Phuket, chasing jobs, chasing dreams, or just running from the boredom of rural poverty. You cannot blame them. The city means cash, fun and Wi-Fi. Nevertheless, this exodus leaves behind villages that are aging fast. You will find grandparents raising children while the parents are working away. It is heartbreaking, really, a generation gap wide enough to drive a tractor through, but this has been the case for decades now. The countryside, once buzzing with life and laughter, is quietly fading, as if that was not enough. With it, the traditions, dialects and the local wisdom that made Thailand's rural heart so rich. Now, let us pop into the local hospital, if you can find one. Rural healthcare in Thailand is improving, but there is still a painful gap. The local clinic might have one doctor for 10,000 people, and he or she is probably on his or her way to Bangkok half the time for training. If you are old and sick, you rely on family or luck. The same goes for schools. Many rural schools have classrooms full of kids but no proper teachers. Some rely on volunteers or temporary staff. Resources do not make me laugh. Half the time they are using photocopies of photocopies. Education should be the bridge out of poverty, but when the bridge is only half built, most never make it across. Not only that, here is something people rarely think about: the digital divide. Everyone talks about Thailand 4.0, shiny tech, digital transformation and all that. However, try telling that to a farmer who can barely get a phone signal in his village. While city kids are learning coding and using tablets, rural kids are still sharing one ancient computer that sounds like it is about to take off. The internet is not just for watching funny cat videos. It is access to markets, knowledge, healthcare, even government services. Without it, rural Thais are stuck in a slow lane that is not moving. The digital gap means fewer opportunities, less information and weaker voices. You cannot demand fair prices or government help if you do not even know what is going on. However, before you start thinking this is all doom and gloom, hold on. Because while the problems are big, so is the heart of rural Thailand. I have seen villages come together in ways that would put city councils to shame. Farmers turning to organic methods to restore their soil, communities setting up cooperatives to sell directly to markets, local teachers running evening classes to help kids catch up. On top of that, NGOs quietly doing the hard work, setting up internet hubs, micro loans and water conservation projects. It is not all despair, as it is resilience, quite determined and often ignored. Many things are improving: communications, new roads, water, power and Wi-Fi connections. There is one village I've heard about where the community started their own green school, teaching kids about farming, the environment and even solar energy. They did not wait for Bangkok to notice them, they just got on with it. This is Thailand for you, resourceful, proud and stubborn in the best way. So next time you drive through the Thai countryside and think, what a peaceful, simple life, remember, it is not so simple. Behind every smile is a story, sometimes a joy, often a struggle. Thailand's rural heart is strong, but it is under siege from debt, climate migration and neglect. Besides, if it fails, the whole country feels it, because no matter how shiny the cities get, the real soul of Thailand still beats out here among the fields, temples and the smell of grilled chicken on a charcoal stove. So, what is the lesson here? Maybe that progress is not worth much if it leaves half the country behind. Maybe it is that you cannot build a digital future on a broken plough. On the other hand, maybe it is just that I'm getting too old and sentimental for my own good. Therefore, the next time you sip your fancy latte and post a photo of beautiful rural Thailand, just spare a thought for the people who make that beauty possible and who are quietly fighting to keep it alive. What's more, if you have made it this far without falling asleep. Well done. Now go on, leave a comment. Tell me what you think, or better yet, tell me I am wrong, as that always gets the algorithm going. What is your experience of rural Thailand, or rural life anywhere for that matter? Comment below, I read them all. Well, there you have it. Rural Thailand in all its messy, magnificent glory. Still smiling even when the rice will not grow. The Wi-Fi's vanished and the government thinks a development plan means another PowerPoint in Bangkok. Nevertheless, somehow the countryside carries on with more heart than sense, and more sense than most politicians do. So, if you enjoyed this little moan disguised as insight, go on, like, comment and subscribe. And share this with someone who still thinks all Thai farmers are millionaires with pet buffaloes. It will not fix the climate or pay off anyone's buffalo loan, but it will keep me muttering into this microphone a bit longer. Take care and goodbye.